What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI, the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. And welcome to the most lit part of your Thursday night. This is a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men Live. It is our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk everything important in Black gay culture. Tonight, we're talking about one of my favorite topics. Some of y'all call it sneaky links. The old girls, like me, call it bumping uglies. But this is an episode we are simply calling Booty Calls Explained. Now, let's get into it. My guest tonight didn't just get off the Renaissance World Tour, but he stays school in life. And to that, we say thank you. He is proof that a salt and pepper beard still makes me firm down under. Although I just found out he got a man of long time, so I got to remember that. But he is your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. Please welcome D Smith to Dear Black Gay Men Live. Hey D.
What up? What up? Hey Jay, how you doing?
I'm so good. So you just wrapped season 2 of your podcast, Boy Please Whatever, right? Talking to your mama and your daddy.
Crazy.
How was that?
It was very organic, which is what I shoot for in every episode, but it was organic. It was just something we do all the time. And I was trying to get people familiarized with me and my father's relationship. I have something I do call story times. And my dad says a lot of off the wall shit, which is where I get it from.
Yes, he does. I listened to the whole episode. Your daddy and your mama.
They're nuts. My mom was being very conservative. I was trying to like push that drink to her, like drink up. But my dad's
I heard you say drink up like 4 or 5 times.
What are you doing? My mom's she's an idiot too. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and people have been asking me for the longest, like, I want to meet your parents. So I was like, you know what? My season finale, I think it's no better time. So.
Well, the first comment that comes in says D-Head look big as fuck today.
You know who that is? That's my barber, my ex-barber, who I had to go find somebody else to cut my hair today. So.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh, that sounds shady. Now, I remember the one thing in the podcast with your mama and your daddy, you said, when did you know? The question was, when did you know, like, they were a thing, they're in their couple? And your mom was like, when I was pregnant. And I thought... Of all the moments to like have your epiphany, she was like, I was pregnant with a baby by the time I knew.
But they were young. They met in, I think my dad was in the 9th grade. My mom was in the 10th. So, yeah, I guess she was like, okay, he got me pregnant. So let me stick around.
You and your mama like a younger man, I see.
You know what? That's probably where I get it from.
That might be where you get it from. I'm older, so that excludes me, but it's okay.
How old are you?
That is a very personal. I'm just kidding. I'm 38.
Oh, I thought you were like my age or younger.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, good black don't crack if you don't do it.
If you don't do it. That's
well, that is I ain't gonna go there, but at the top of every episode, everybody, we ask questions that have come up in the DMs. And so my first question for you, D, is what have you had it with in Black gay culture?
Several things. One thing I despise most are mean gays.
What you mean by that?
Pretentious. I feel like I make more money or I have more than these other girls, or just aesthetically. I feel like I'm aesthetically more pleasing than this girl here. She's wearing Boohoo Man and I'm wearing Zara, whatever. I just don't like girls who don't take the time to meet somebody. They just automatically look at you and be like, okay, she's not shit. Just automatically.
You know, the funny thing about that is I'm wearing Boohoo Man on top and Zara on bottom, so I don't think I qualify as one of the mean girls. I hope I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I don't like mean girls, and I also don't like. I don't know. I've experienced this a lot when I go to other cities, meeting people, and they're like immediately saying, what's your name? I'm D. Where do you work? How much do you make? I've gotten it a lot when I visit Dallas for some reason.
Wait a minute now. I'm from Dallas, so don't cover my city now. I don't live in Dallas no more, but I'm from Dallas.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
gotten it.
that, but I think that's just, I think that's a function of culture. If you're noticing that in Dallas, and that happens a lot here in Atlanta, I think that's a function of our culture. That people are looking for clout. Do you think that's the case?
It has to be the case. I tell my friends a lot. I feel like a lot of us have experienced trauma in some way or never felt like we belonged. So a lot of gay men try to find, I guess, this type of hierarchy when it comes to like fashion and other things that they may be good at, and they just in turn try to make other people feel like trash.
See,
Um,
you think a lot harder about it. I think it's because some of the girls been dealing with broke niggas, or more importantly, they are one of the broke niggas and they trying to find some way
they
out
want to
of
be
it.
kept, want to be a kept woman. But no, I've been asked that during a card party. Like it's not even like on flirty shit. I'm just saying like initially like, hey, what's your name? I'm J, I'm D, and then 2 minutes into us playing spades, it's like, oh, I make 300K a year, and it's just like the
I
fuck they got.
also think that the girls don't have good conversation starters. Like they don't know how to converse aside from who are you, what do you do, are you a top or a bottom? Like
Yeah,
that's the only kind of gay conversation that the girls feel comfortable having because that's what they know.
yeah, you got a point. That makes sense. That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
everybody ain't got no podcast. There's a reason for that.
Everybody don't need a podcast either.
Everybody don't need a fucking podcast. Okay. Another one that's come up is, what do you think is what is a measurement in black gay math?
So this question tripped me up. So I was like, okay. So I just saw something about black math like 2 days ago. So I hope
Yes,
that I'm on the same spectrum. So
I'm sure you are.
for me, just from like judging, maybe let's say an outfit, you have something that's what we call a fool. And then you have, and I'll say, oh, say, oh, that's a fool. Then say, oh, that's cute. And then the top compliment for me is, oh, that's sickening. So that would be
Yes.
my little spectrum of, good, bad, and ugly.
Mine would be levels of girl. Like when you know somebody is like, if I say girl,
Yeah.
but if I say girl
Girl.
or girl,
Yeah.
those all mean something different. And I would bet y'all let me know in the comments. Can you decipher that kind of language? I want to know. I want to know. But I really do think that another black gay math that I've learned is like, I was talking to a panel of bottoms one time, and they told me that like they douche when they have like stomach problems. So there's like, I just need 3 good pushes, meaning I just need to like flush my system and get what's in out.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's douching like because I need some clear water because I'm about to do something later. And then there's just different levels of douching. I think that's black gay math.
I thought clear water was always the goal,
But I mean, if you have a little, upset tummy,
yeah,
as I'm doing a little shoulder shimmy, if you got a little upset tummy, you're not trying to do nothing. You just need to get whatever's in to go out.
okay, a nice purge, I guess you could say.
A nice purge. I think I call it 3 good pushes because that's literally all I do. 3 good pushes, and I'm like, whatever's upset is out. It's gone now. This comment says, sickening, haven't heard that since RuPaul's Drag Race. I hear sickening all the time.
I say sickening every day.
See, there go the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, what singular behavior makes you feel the most fetishized?
I would have to say for me, I have a problem with for one, tucking hurts. So I have a problem with like a bulge, and my shit's always showing. So there's always.
Is it big? You don't have to answer that, but
if we say nice husband size, that's something that.
That's a whole topic here on Dear Black Gay Men Live.
Yeah,
like, what is husband dick? Is it a size? Is it a vibe? We talk about that all the Rakai nodding in the background. We trying to figure out husband dick.
husband dicks to me is a size. Like anything between like 6 and 8 is a nice we can do. But yeah, I always have a problem with that, and it's always something that always gets pulled to attention. Like if I walk into a room, my friends are immediately like, "Your dick is showing." So it just, yeah.
Have you gotten used to it though? Because I mean, if it's your dick and it's always showing, you've had it
I
for
feel
your
like
whole
it's
life.
natural. It doesn't bother me. It's natural. And tucking hurts. My dude has a problem with it, and honestly, before we got together, I didn't even know it was a thing. My friends just like, "Oh, that's just D." So I didn't know that it was.
Like you didn't know he would have a reaction to it, or you didn't know it would be showing everywhere.
I didn't know it was showing like that. I didn't. I never cared, but I never had to care. So
I mean, it's yours. You see it every day, presumably.
Yeah, every day, all the time. But
so I will tell you the one thing that makes me feel the most fetishized is when a white man says the word cock.
You know what?
Hate
cock
it.
is one of the ugliest words. I don't
hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it. Like no notes. I don't need any dialogue about it. I hate the word cock. Or I hate allusions to the word cock, like BBC. Hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Gives me auction block tees.
It gives very auction block tees, like on my Grindr profile. I don't even think you know what Grindr is. You've been in a relationship so long. But on my Grindr profile, it says, the only thing my Grindr profile says is, dear white people, BBC is not a compliment.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. And every white person that hits me up be like, bring that cock up. Girl, let me get off of that topic. let me get off that topic. Okay, the next one is, what's the number one essential in your whole bag? Since we're talking about booty calls today, what's the number one essential in your whole bag?
So I have 2 essentials. Mouthwash and doxycycline.
Doxy-pep is a thing. It's important. I'm here for that. Protect oneself. I'm here for that. Absolutely. Mouthwash. So you be sucking dick then?
Actually, I hope my mom's not watching. Actually, I prefer. Although yeah, I like it. It's one of I love oral sex. Period. Giving or receiving.
Are you a side? Are you a side?
What do you mean?
A side is somebody who prefers foreplay over penetration. I had somebody on last week who said they were a side. Instead of a top or a bottom, they were a side.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I prefer oral sex because it's safer. But I will say I don't care to be penetrated. Now, if we're giving oral sex to each other, that's fine. If you like to be penetrated, sure. But it's just not something I enjoy. Something we gotta build up to, I guess I'll say.
Wolf Soul said sides are becoming more of a thing nowadays. They are.
I think size was a thing back in the day more so, because I was talking to a friend now, like nowadays, all guys want to do is smash. Like no one really gives a fuck about like hooking up and you suck me off, I suck you off or whatever, and we roll. Now it's like, oh, I want to fuck, and don't come over here unless you want to fuck too.
Now, I will say mine is the reason why that ideology comes up for me is because I despise the little small talk back and forth conversation that the girls want to have before we like do the thing. Like they want to sit on the edge of the bed and say, so what's up 15 times before they like take their clothes off, even though I'm sitting there ass naked. So in my head, I'm like, I'll sacrifice foreplay if you can just be ready when I get there.
Yeah. But see, I guess, I don't know. I like a little talking. It just depends. I've been out of the game for a minute though. So
yeah.
Then I like to have a little connection first. So like I never was really too good at the random hookup thing. Sometimes it depends on the level of alcohol I've had or what we deem random.
I'll drink to that.
Like if we're in a group with a group of friends and I peep you, I like you, and I just met you maybe 2 hours ago. If you want to suck my dick in the car later, I don't have a problem with that. So if that's random, I guess so. But I like to talk a little. But if I'm coming to your house to hook up, we both know what we're doing. We know what we're here for.
I
I got
feel
to
like we definitely know what we know what the vibe is supposed to be giving.
Yeah, I gotta go to work in the morning, especially if it's a weekday. Bitch, hurry up! I gotta be up at 5:30. So let's
Okay,
make it.
how much of and forgive me if I overstep because now I'm
This is a good
drinking,
show.
but
You're good.
how much of your kind of sexual sensibilities translate to your relationship? Like, do you still like, do you need to have a conversation before y'all fuck now, or is it like, oh, meet me in the bedroom, bae?
What? No, I'm straight up like I walk around naked all day long anyway, so I'm always available.
That's why
Um,
your dick be showing.
yeah, I'm always naked. I hate clothes. I hate clothes. But no, I don't have. We don't have a fucking thing to talk about. Normally, I kind of look at it as like a little push start. Like if we in bed and I reach over and if I touch the hole and he don't make me stop, let's hit the road. So there's
Do
nothing
you
much to talk about.
do you think that like does sex get simpler the longer you together?
Absolutely. It's more of we fucked a lot when we first met, and
Okay.
I always feel like people are fake as fuck when we first get with somebody. Anyway, it's like you trying to keep them and do shit that you normally don't do. But the more you build a person, like sex is important, but if I look up and we ain't fucking like 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, big well, we just ain't fucking 2 weeks. That's just not really as necessary sometimes. And you just being around the person. But I think it's important to keep the excitement there. But you may have a dry spell sometimes, and I might just want to. I don't have to show out as much as I used to. I don't
Okay.
have to prove my point or try
How
to
long did
last.
it take y'all to kind of figure out your equilibrium sexually? Like, I'm sure you said you had a lot of sex, but I don't think a lot of sex is the norm for anybody. Like, everybody individually goes through a dry spell. I'm single and I go through, I look up
Yeah.
and it's been 2 weeks or whatever. How long did it take y'all to figure out like how much is enough for y'all inside a relationship?
So like, again, when we first met, he was dropping it off a lot. But he did tell me I don't really have a high sex drive. So it was always in the back of my mind. Like at some point, right now you're trying to impress me. At some point, this is going to slow down. It's like at this point, you don't
Okay.
want you like, okay, he want it, I want it, let's go. Cause we're still new, we're still fresh. But yeah, after a while, it was just kind of like, okay, I get it. I kind of know when he's in his moods, he'll be a little nicer, lot more. I don't want to say softer, but he'll be a little bit more like, hey, babe, how was your day? I fixed your plate. Little shit like that, more into how my day really was versus just saying, oh, it was good. Okay, great. You had a good day. But it just be, I can kind of just tell. Then I'm like, you want some dick? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'll say some stupid shit like that. So.
That seems like, but that does seem like you, because I've listened to your podcast so much. You seem like the type to be like, you want some dick? Like,
I'm very crass. Like, I'd be like, we'll be talking about fucking Donald Trump indictment. I'd be like, you want your dick sucked? He'd be like, what? And I'd be like, shit. You sitting here? I'm
why
sitting here.
not? I mean, y'all
I
be
think,
y'all be in that thing for a minute, so why not?
why not?
As a matter of fact, I want to hear from y'all in the comments. How many times a week do y'all think normal sex should be in a relationship? If you were dating somebody, how often in a week should y'all be having sex in a relationship? We'll talk about that after the break. Let's get ready to go to a break. I caught Rakai off guard with that. With my bad. When we come back, we'll be talking to our guests. I'm picking D. Smith's brain about sneaky links and if we young enough to still be having them. This is Booty Calls Explained. We'll be right back. I think I lead a pretty normal life. I'm a podcaster and a content creator. I'm pursuing my passions. So many of us, Black gay people, either live with a reality or a fear of HIV. Any movement toward a future where HIV is less of a part of who we are, I don't know that I can think of anything more impactful to our culture. hit the notification bell because we're going live.
Like that's the least of my worries. The size.
Oh, I think relationships are becoming more complex.
Tuesday and Thursday every week. Welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Live. If you're enjoying this content, drop a like on this video, even if you're watching on your TV, because I know y'all be having watch parties. The podcast is still our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone, and it's new every Wednesday. You can subscribe to Dear Black Gay Men on YouTube so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back into the show. D.
What up?
D. So before we go too far, 2 comments. K. Braff said 3 to 5 times a week. And then NJ Keenan said 4 to 5 times a week. Y'all really be having sex 5 times a week in a relationship?
Yeah, who cleaning up? Like, we got shit to do. We gotta go to work. You have to, we have a pet we have to tend to. I have my podcast. He has his extracurricular activities. That's a lot of sex. Again, we started off like that though, but we've been together a very long time. We started off maybe every other day because I wake up horny every morning. So I wake up horny every morning. So
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm always horny, but I have to also respect, like, especially when you have a relationship where it's like, if it's traditional, like top bottom. If I was a bottom or bottoming in a relationship, I don't think I would like someone bouncing in me every other day.
Now I can see coming like 3 or 4 times a week, because there are many ways to satisfy one another that don't have to do with, somebody got to spend an hour in the bathroom doing what they got to do. You know what I mean? And so like, I can see doing something 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, I guess.
But like opening the back door and having somebody climb through the gate. Oh no, that's just way too like, and that might just be me being old. Like there are 4 people: K, NJ, Chief, Soul Survivor, and Kevin Kev. Are you saying like full on situations, or are y'all saying like do something 3 or 4 times a week? I'm curious.
A bitch gotta eat. I'm sorry, I don't think 4 times.
And I want to eat good food.
No,
like I want to eat a quesadilla. I want to eat some chili every once in a while. It's cuffing season. I want to eat something that's gonna put some meat on my bones.
The bitch want a soup, and he can't do that.
My best friend would probably say he wants some corn every once in a while, something that's gonna stick in there.
There goes.
Okay. But before the break, we got to know our guest, D. Smith, a little better. But now we're going to dive into some interesting topics that he has spoke on his podcast, Boy Please Whatever. The first is about the DL girls. You ready for this, D?
Yep.
All right, play the first one, Rakai. She coming. I see her working. Are y'all 3 or 4 times
ourselves on camera? If you know you ain't got no business fucking who you fucking, why is there a camera involved? Who are you trying to show? This man kept a video for 4 years. Girl, delete it. Like, what the fuck? You got videos in motherfucking the background, y'all motherfucking watching season 2 of Scandal. Girl, why you even still got this video? Delete this.
So Rakai creates questions for you, but how long do you keep videos of you?
I didn't really get into recording videos until I got with my dude, which we hadn't recorded in a very long time, but I do still have them. They're from like 2015, 16, I think.
How long do they stay valid though? Cause like I couldn't see myself sending somebody something from 2015 and be like, oh, this my dick game right now.
But see, the thing is, it's depending if you're participating in extracurricular activities outside of your home. The best thing to do, because I have been into relationships with, I was a serial cheater in my first one. So from that one, I will speak on, I would send old shit purposely. Like if an old dick pic happens to come out, we ain't lived there in 6 years. You know what I'm saying? It's an old house. You know what I'm saying? Like this picture old.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, you got a bitch got tattoos now and shit. You can't be taking dick pictures. So you have to send something from 2012.
Okay, so for the girls who ain't so committed like you are now, how long do you think a dick pic or a flick is valid?
I mean, does the dick change?
Yes.
I mean, the stroke game can only get better, I would assume.
But the dick can change. And I would say, this is full disclosure, this is my vulnerable moment. Like 5 years ago, my body looked very different. I was 162 pounds 5 years ago, and now I'm not that anymore. The dick looks different. The body looks different. Everything about me looks different. But I could easily pull up a picture from, 10 years ago when
they can't say it's not you.
It is me, but is it valid?
If we get to the point of sending dick pictures, half the time my mind already made up if I want to fuck you or not anyway. So it really don't too much matter what it look like.
Really?
I haven't seen too many. If I'm asking for a dick pic, I'm probably more
or
so,
ass or body. I'm just saying pics in general.
I kind of already peep you out because for me, I'm not one to get so attracted by the body. More so if I like you, I'm in a place where I understand you may not be a size 2 or whatever. So, and I don't really care.
Really? I will say that is commendable.
Yeah.
Because now my single ass, if you send me a picture that's 10 years old, I ain't answering the door. I got a whole Nest doorbell that I can be like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see it changing too much. I don't see your dick changing drastically where I'm like, it's not gonna be cut in half or anything. I don't think so.
No, it's not cut in half.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, it's the same dick. And it's just like
K Brav. This comment said K Brav says the number of nude pics of myself I have on my phone is gonna take too much scrolling to go back years for a pic. Agreed.
You have to get a Dropbox or an app to store
I have a folder, a hidden folder. And I can just go right to it and find everything I need to find. Exactly. It's a card catalog. It's indexed by then.
A Rolodex. I already know what I want to send you.
Exactly. I know what I want to send you the second we start conversation.
Yeah. But some people do require like live dicks. So what you have Snapchat for, you can kind of tell if it's a purple box or a red box. And you'll know if it's live. You just got to be crafty in how you act.
It's very interesting that you stay up on the technology, even though you so deep in your relationship. You did your research for the people. You did your research for Boy Please Whatever.
I try to be,
A question that's not on the list. But how long you been growing your hair? Because every time I watch an episode of you, your hair is different, and I'll just be so jealous sometimes.
2 years. I haven't had a haircut in 2 years. Yeah, 2021, August 2021.
I'm not jealous at all.
Yeah, it's a task. I want to cut it sometimes because I've had locks, I've had sister locks, I've had an afro that I grew for like 11 years, and now I'm at the point where I just don't know what I want to do with it, which is why it's always into a ponytail now. So
okay. Let's go to the next clip that we have of you. We've got several clips of your show because I'm
so glad, and I got the shirt on.
Bishop
Gilbert. What did you say?
I don't give a fuck. You gotta tell the bitch your name is Isaac Newton. Bitch, I don't have nobody knock on my door.
My home. You messing up my home.
So the question that they have is, how long before someone gets access to you?
Great question.
How long can a sneaky link be a side piece before they have access to you?
See, I always tell people act like fuck with a bitch that got something to lose. For me, I have to see if you're a damn fool. Now, I was telling a friend earlier, a sneaky link in my side piece would be two different ends of the spectrum for me. A sneaky link is somebody I just hit you up, we fuck, boom, bam, I'm out of there. A side piece, a bitch maybe like, hey, I'm low on gas money this week. Can you send a bitch $40? Like, I fuck with them on that. But as far as getting close to me, we would have to have like tried and true. You have to probably have seen me in public and did what you're supposed to do. Walk right fucking past me. Don't throw in the shade. Don't let everybody know what's going on. I don't need my dude reading any type of energy. So I would have to make sure you're not a complete fucking idiot. And I'm asking you probing questions when we first meet.
Let me tell you this story real quick. So there used to be this club in Atlanta called the Den. And the Den is a sex club. You go there and it's a sea of black men. Every body type, every shape, size, and color of black men. It was great, right? Dude was in there. I see him. Now, I'm 5'10", so I'm pretty average height. Most of us are pretty average height, a couple of inches shorter, a couple inches taller, but most of us are somewhere in the middle, right? He is a clear, like 8 inches taller than everybody in there. He's got this unmistakable silhouette, unmistakable hairstyle, unmistakable face. You would know him when you see him, right? Mm-hmm. We were at the Den Saturday night. I saw him. I'm somewhere Sunday, and he's staring at me. Like staring at me, like in the face. Do you speak or do you walk by?
Single Dietrich or relationship Dietrich?
Single.
I'll speak. Ain't no harm in speaking.
See, I told one of my friends that I spoke to him, but they said I broke the code.
Yeah, I mean, I can see we're in the bathhouse. It's like no talking in there. But if I'm at...
What changed it for me was he was staring at me. Like, I see you, see me. We lock eyes and he doesn't look away. It's not like he was trying to avoid it. It was he's looking me in the face.
Yeah, what's up? Shit, what you looking at? Or hey, just one of those like,
That's what I said. Hey, let me know in the comments. Did I break the code? I want to know. Are we breaking the code? Y'all ping in the comments. Okay. So now back to this topic of side pieces. And you really have a distinction between a side piece and a sneaky link?
For my friend earlier told me that was crazy too. But for me, like I said, it's just like a side piece is somebody that I kind of like we could be together if things were different. A sneaky link may be somebody who I fucked or I met on Grindr, the sex is good, and that's it, that's all. Mm-hmm. Like, we know you're not getting close to me. It's just, this is what it is. But for me to be considered, oh, that's my side piece. And like where I'm from, we call like my dude is my piece. So if I'm calling someone my side piece, you may feel like you have a little access to me. But I always say too, I'd rather be someone else's side piece as well, which is why I say fuck with a bitch, you got something to lose. I'd rather you have a husband at home as well if I do. So that way,
how much to lose is appropriate? Like, if you fuck with a bitch, you have something to lose. Because it's one thing if I got $10 to lose. It's another thing if I got, a job on the line.
Yeah, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about you and this nigga live together, or his car in your name, vice versa. You don't want to lose your relationship. I don't want to lose my relationship. We both understand, hey, I'm not going anywhere. You're just scratching this itch. So if you blow up my spot, I'm knocking on your door as well. That's what I mean. I don't mean like in monetarily. Like, just, I'm talking about something to lose. Like, you love your boyfriend like I love mine.
Okay. So Kevy Kev about my story, he says, if he was cute and the sex was good, girl, fuck that code. Let's be clear. I did not have sex with this person in the club. He was not cute. He might have thought I was cute, but we did not entangle. It's just I saw him, he saw me, and we knew where we saw each other from.
That's probably why your friend said you broke the code then. Because if he was cute, they probably went, go talk to him. But if he didn't look like shit, it was probably like, yeah, don't about your bitch.
The funny thing is, my best friend in the whole world, he was with me at the Sunday event when we locked eyes, right? Mm-hmm. And he looked at me like, that ain't it. He said, that ain't it. Let that one go. And I was like, but he's staring at me. But he said, that ain't it. Let that one go.
Like we out, like he was across the room though, right? It wasn't
he was face. Across. I guess I could say because the place is closed now. But we were at G's. This is a club here that is no longer here.
Yeah,
And so we were at G's, or 10th and Piedmont because it was attached, and he was across the way. But because he is so tall, he had a head over everybody around him, and I'm standing on a couple steps, so I have a head over everybody around me, and so we locked eyes for a minute.
Yeah, it's all right. I always say you can't help who you know, and hey, how you doing? Go on about my business.
Go on about your business. Let's get ready for a break. That's a good place to take a break. When we come back, we will have our guest D. Smith talk more about sneaky links and side pieces. The conversation continues on an episode we are calling Booty Calls Explained. We'll be right back.
What up, dog? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
Hey teammates, welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Live. Remember, the conversation continues on the after party. It's a members only after show that starts at 8:45. As a member, you can join us for the after party where we go deeper, the questions get juicier, and our members can join us to talk directly to our guests live on the show. If you're an insider or a friend to the show, you can ask me and the guests your burning questions and get exclusive access to Dear Black Gay Men merch and members only treatment at all of our in-person events. To join, just click the join link under this live or any of our content on YouTube, and I will see you at the after party. Once you're a member, just visit the memberships tab on our YouTube channel to view all of the members only content. Now, let's get back into the show. D.
What up?
We got two more questions. Play the first one, Rakai.
You feel like your slip is showing when somebody bring up gay shit, so you got to go overboard and like gay bash. And I'm saying that to say, if you shut the fuck up, won't nobody know you in their closet. If you
start that one over, because the good part was at the beginning. This one was so good. Play that one again, Rakai. Play it again.
Get yourselves exposed. If somebody breaks in your house and you don't have a weapon, you're going to hide in the closet. The first thing you're going to do is shut the fuck up. You feel like your slip is showing when somebody bring up gay shit, so you got to go overboard and like gay bash. And I'm saying that to say, if you shut the fuck up, won't nobody know you in their closet. If you
Let me tell you the three things that made me damn near throw my phone across the way because of this post. The first one, you know how you either got to be old, country, or both to say shit like your slip is showing. Baby, when I tell you, that changed my whole life when you said that, your slip is showing. Then you hit us with this analogy about how you gonna hide in the closet if somebody breaking your house. And then you hit us with your ass is over there in the damn closet screaming. Oh my God, it just did everything for me. Baby, when I tell you that did everything for me, I got my life sitting in my bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning, scrolling through damn TikTok.
I don't get it. That's one thing I will never understand.
Where do you get this insight from? Because people ask me all the time, where do I get topics for the podcast? Where do you get it from? Where does it come from?
A lot of it comes from conversations with friends. A lot of it comes from Facebook statuses, and like most of it's personal experiences. I think we've all in this life, you live long enough, you will have experiences with trade or DL. And especially me, I came up in the church, and DL is rampant from pastors. Musicians, drummers,
yeah. I was a musician myself and a tambourine player.
Yeah, it was always the thing of where, the worst thing you could be was out and gay. And then you have these guys that want to hit you up, man, I love the way you praising God. or I love the way you shout, stupid shit, or man, can you style me? That's the go to. Can you style me? So it's like, okay, then they hitting you up. So like we hanging out, we went to Macy's, then we out for drinks, and you look at me, so you suck dick, and then here we go. But then you get around your homeboy, right? Then you get around your homeboys, and it's like, man, these F. I don't know if we can say I like to say on here, but you know the F word. And then when we're
you can cuss on here. I've been cussing this whole time.
No, I was my fags. So then we're all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
So like then we're all of that, and it's public. It's like you publicly do this knowing that you done fucked off with me. But I think where they get away with it is in the church. You got so many DL church guys who would rather lose everything they got than someone know they're gay. So it's like, okay, now I can get away with saying what I'm going to say because you never going to out yourself. Because if you out me, you're going to out yourself. So
now I will say that you are very candid on Boy Please Whatever about your stance on Christianity, and you have left Christianity. I hope that's the right terminology. Like, how did you come to that? How did you come to that conclusion for yourself? Not a conclusion, but how did you make that decision for yourself? That Christianity just wasn't a good fit for you.
It was very tough. It had nothing to do with me being homosexual. A lot of people thought that's what it was. I wanted to give up God to go be gay, and that wasn't it. I just started to read a lot of stuff. Like my job is boring, so I was always reading books and seeing stuff about different religions. And I saw a post that was like, Christians don't want to read anything outside the Bible. And I was like, you're right. And I would see myself getting into combative conversations with my older cousin because he knew I was so deeply rooted in church. But it wasn't like attacking me. He was just trying to see where my mind was. And he knew more about the Bible. He was not a Christian. And he knew more about the Bible than I did. And I'm a bitch. I don't like to lose. So I was like, oh, I'm about to go and research as well. And the deeper I got into my research, I was like, a lot of this sounds just like what I learned about Jesus, but it was another deity. And it was just a whole lot of historical stuff that hasn't been proven, a lot of inconsistencies. And so, yeah.
Now, I will say that I go to a Pentecostal church. I am very good. I'm very close to my pastor. So I believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
Would you, how, and I'm almost certain that you've said this on your podcast, but tell me now, how do you classify your religious or spiritual walk? Are you saying that, are you an atheist? Are you agnostic? Like, what do you call yourself?
I don't really fall under any umbrella. I just tell people I operate in love. I do believe that there is a higher power. I don't put a sex or gender on the creator. I'll be a fool to think that we just popped up. But I do know man has had his hands in so many religions. I know what's real to me in this point. So I still have a connection with like a spiritual side. I still have those same feelings. But as far as like me thinking that, I'm trying to be careful with my words here. I just don't believe in the God we were introduced to.
So I grew up Church of Christ. And I don't know if you know Church of Christ, but Church of Christ is no music, no choir, none of that. And the Church of Christ, as far as the churches that I was a member of, said in the doctrine that the only way to heaven is through Jesus, right? And the problem that I've always had with that is the only way to heaven is through Jesus by way of the Church of Christ. Let me add that. Like, if you ain't in the Church of Christ, you ain't getting in. And so I was like, but the gotcha is my father is from Kenya. My grandmother, his mother is Muslim. His father, Muslim, one of the best people that I've ever heard about. And I was like, all the people that ain't in the Church of Christ, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and, Harriet Tubman, and all these people aren't in the church as I knew it. And I had to find something that allowed me to reconcile, what I feel, what I know, and what I've studied. And then, to me, the Church of Christ wasn't it. And I think what I appreciate so much about your spiritual walk and how you've kind of explained it on your podcast on Boy Please Whatever is that you took your spirituality into your own hands and and started to define it for yourself. And
Right.
I'm not sure that a lot of us have the courage enough to do that. So my hat is off to you for that.
It definitely took balls. It took balls. And now my friends joke, they call me Amy the Atheist. But my friend, he's sitting outside now. He was just like, "You are the most unchurched book bitch I've ever seen." Like, I sing at funerals, I sing at so many churches, but it doesn't bother me because I'm here to help. And if I can minister to anybody, I don't mind doing that through song. I feel like that's a gift that I've been given. So why not? So I feel like
but along those lines, before I move on, do you believe what you're singing?
So this is the thing. I always tell my friends, like, we believe, like, I'll sing a Christmas carol. I don't necessarily believe Santa Claus actually comes to town, but I like singing the song.
Okay, that's a good example.
The last church I sang at, I Won't Complain. Reverend Paul Jones.
I had some good days. I had some hills to climb. All of that,
and I thank God. Like, I came out of it, and I thank God. So, that's just where I am. I don't just too much put specifics or name to it, because I tell people all the time, which a point I forgot to make on my show. Like, if I'm like your relative that's a Muslim, and you're a Christian, and I don't really identify, I just believe in the Creator. If we all get into a car accident and it's a really bad car accident and we all survive, you're going to thank Jesus. I'm just going to thank God, and your family members going to thank Allah, I would assume, or whoever they call their God. And we may all go to different places and testify about how God helped us or saved us. And if we take the names of our gods out of our testimony, the fact of it is something saved us.
Yes.
And I just try to find like a commonality in that.
Not to be morbid, but if that same car accident happens and we all don't make it out of it, I truly believe that we'll end up in the same place.
I do too.
We might call it different. We might say these are different people. We might, the person standing at the door, the bouncer might be different, but what's behind the gate, to me, is the same.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, like, I try to be respectful, of course, but I don't know anybody that has been to heaven to tell me what's on the other side. All I know is we live and we die. And I just try to be the best version of Dietrich I can be.
Perfect. Now, I will say that was not scripted. Rakai is looking at me like, when he gonna get back into the script.
We talking about booty calls.
We supposed to be talking about the booty calls, but let's go back. Rakai, okay, you can play the last one. Play the next one. Come on. That was good.
Like me going to hell, and it's some shit that I didn't even ask for. I gotta pray 30 years to remove some shit I didn't ask for. That's unfair. What the fuck? I gave up Christianity when I was 27. It was 2016. From 10 years old to 27, so that was 17 years that I prayed and asked God to remove this spirit out of me, and it never went away. I abstained from sex. I changed my friend circle. I went to church, Bible study, read the Bible front to back. I was teaching Sunday school, the whole motherfucking nine. And guess what? I'm not finna keep asking God to take something away that he hadn't removed yet. You answered every other motherfucking request I got. I prayed for the job, I got that. I prayed for health, I got that. I prayed for my mama, she's still here. If I'm going to hell for being gay, bitch, bring me a hookah and fry some chicken, bitch. That's all I can say.
Hookah and fried some chicken. Back when I tell you that was so good. So the question that I have is, now our listeners, viewers are all different walks. But one thing that we all got in common is we like the sex. How in your head, in your mind, do we reconcile our sexual proclivities and our sexuality with whatever is?
I like, it may sound cliche when people say get to know God for yourself, and they can go across the board whatever God you choose to serve. For me, I feel like religion tries to make so much of the natural realm a spiritual thing. I didn't know that being gay was wrong until someone from the church told me it was wrong. Also, from where I am spiritually, homosexual wasn't in the Bible before, I think it was 1940 something. It was actually another word, but it meant pedophiles, which is why you always get people who want to correlate homosexuals with pedophilia, because that was the original text of the Bible. So when you take that away, and I just don't think God gives a fuck about who I'm screwing.
He don't give a fuck. He really don't. He, she, they
don't care.
Now I'm gonna fuck everybody up because I truly believe God is a trans man up there. God is trans. I truly believe that. But I when I think about Jesus to me, and I'm about to tie this into booty calls. Jesus to me is the one in the passenger seat on the way to go fuck some boy, saying, "Do you got your Doxy Pep at the house?" That's what Jesus is telling me. Do you got your Doxy Pep? Did you take PrEP? Are you on your medical regimen? Whatever that looks like for you. Jesus is the one understanding who I am, understanding what I want, and allowing me the space to experience what is life, but also be like, nigga, you shouldn't have did that shit. Or you did that. Like, that's what Jesus be saying to me.
Yeah, I had a guy I met not too long ago, and he was telling me that he was like, I know I'm going to hell, right? And we were drunk, but I looked at him, and of course I know Bible, and I was like, your Bible tells you before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. This is God talking to you. So why would God put something in you that you have to fight your entire life to remove? If, like, on my snippet I was talking about praying, Jay, if I say, hey, I need to borrow $50, and you say, okay, cool, and 10 days went by and you still hadn't sent it, I'm not about to ask you $50 anymore. So me spending 20 years of my life praying, asking God to remove this spirit away from me, I'm not going to ask God anymore. Obviously, it just is what the fuck it is. And if I got to go hell behind it, we're gonna have a great time, because it seems like everybody.
You said fried chicken and a hookah. And I have never in my life had a bad time when I was surrounded by fried chicken.
And a hookah. Hell gonna be sickening. Everybody going.
I'm gonna be down there be like, I ain't even know you was up right. That's what's gonna happen. We started this conversation about booty calls and went all the way raced around our ass to get to the elbow. But I appreciate it. So I will round out, because I do want to talk a little bit about Boy Please Whatever. When does it come? You just wrapped season 2 with the finale episode with your parents. When are we expecting for you to come back?
So I'm trying to play it safe. Normally I take a 4-week break and then come back. But right now it's either going to be 4 to 6 weeks. So November 13th or the 27th. I may pop out and do Thanksgiving like holiday special, because I used to do a thing called Thanksgiving one-on-ones on Facebook a lot. Now I've done them for like 7 years straight, so people look forward to it. So I may do that. But my last break, me and my project manager, we went to every restaurant and got funky drunk and ate lemon pepper wings and didn't do shit the entire break.
Did you get a hookah?
Always a hookah. But my friends are outside when you said quiet. So they're outside waiting. There's a hookah outside. Yeah, like we didn't do shit. We didn't get anything accomplished. So this time I'm like, we're going to have to sit down. So if I take 6 weeks, I'll take 6 weeks to make sure everything's together. Especially after dealing with you. I told my friend, his producer's calling me, get your shit together. We need to do some emails. Some calendars. You got to get your shit together.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. We're not done yet, but let's take a break. I think that's the perfect time to take a break. We'll be right back.
Over 500 attendees took over P-Town for Men of Color Weekend at our 4th Frolic Weekend this year. To celebrate Year 5, we're going on tour, throwing free social mixers in New York, DC, Atlanta, and LA to party with returning frolickers and spread the word to make 2024 even bigger. You can visit wearefrolic.com/frolic weekend to book your ticket for 2024 and RSVP for our upcoming social mixers.
This is what you call a human gaslight.
I always want my wife to be in a good place.
But Ralph takes it to a whole nother level.
Drew, you're acting right now.
This is the story of how one woman spent years being gaslit on TV. What were the signs, and how can we avoid the psychological manipulation Drew is going through? Hey teammates, I want to thank my guest D Smith for joining me. You can watch his podcast, Boy Please Whatever, on YouTube Monday nights at 7, although they just wrapped their season 2. And you can follow at Boy Please Whatever _ on Instagram or at Boy Please Whatever on TikTok. The link to both is in the description. Usually I end the show with some lesson that I learned or some aha moment I had during the show. I had a whole lot of aha moments, but I need some help this week. Every week we bring you Dear Black Gay Men podcast on Wednesday and Dear Black Gay Men live on Thursday. It's our step out of our comfort zone to talk about all the emotional ups and downs along the journey to happiness. But I have a soft spot for talking about sex. Maybe you've heard that in the conversation today. So I want to start a new show for members only on our YouTube channel to talk about all the sexual ups and downs along the journey to happiness. It could be just like this show, but with a whole lot more bald-headed whole shit. Or it could be something totally different. It'd be members only so we can get away with a lot more of the conversations we really want to have. We don't have a name for this project, but if you think this is dope, let me know in the comments. I respond to every comment and I want to know exactly what y'all are thinking. If you have an idea for something that you think we should talk about, hit me up on Dear Black Gay Men Insiders group on Facebook so we can start brainstorming some of the topics that y'all want to hear from us. That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. I think my category would be thick nigga belly with a twist. But next week, we'll figure out where exactly I fit in the ballroom. I'm talking Butch Queens with David Brandon next week at 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. If this episode made you feel a little more dope, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, like the video, and share it with someone who needs a dopeness reminder. Dear Black Gay Men podcast is new every Wednesday. You can stream it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow at Dear Black Gay Men on socials so you never miss a thing. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men Live, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.